Boy never ate peaches, yet every day he carefully collected peach fuzz inside the cap of his pen. That way, whenever he walked past the housekeeper, he could casually tap the pen and dust the fuzz onto her clothes. Before long, the woman would break into uncontrollable coughing fits from her allergy and be forced to visit a doctor. What she didn't realize was that she was slowly being set up by the family. Right on cue, the poor family's father suddenly appeared, secretly snapping photos of the coughing housekeeper with his phone. He then deliberately showed the pictures to the lady of the house, claiming the housekeeper was suffering from severe tuberculosis. When the woman hesitated, clearly unconvinced, the father seized the moment and texted his daughter, "3 minutes, she's heading home." The daughter, who worked as a tutor, instantly understood. She pulled out a peach she had prepared in advance and sprinkled more peach fuzz onto the housekeeper while she was working. As a result, when the lady of the house returned, she walked straight into the scene of the housekeeper coughing violently. But the family wasn't done yet. When the housekeeper rushed frantically into the bathroom, the father slipped tomato sauce onto the tissues she had thrown away. Moments later, the lady of the house saw what looked like blood-soaked paper. That was the final straw. Convinced the housekeeper had tuberculosis, the woman immediately fired her and kicked her out of the mansion. The victim had no idea she'd just been framed from start to finish. Not long after, the father, who worked as a driver, recommended a new housekeeper to the lady of the house. She had no idea the replacement was actually his own wife. In this way, the entire family used deceit and manipulation to worm their way into the rich household, living like parasites off someone else's wealth. But even that wasn't enough for them. The very next day, when the wealthy family went out camping, the poor family moved straight into the mansion. They soaked in the bathtub, rolled around on the massive bed, and devoured everything in the fridge, from food to fine wine, treating the house as if it truly belonged to them. That evening, just as they were drinking and laughing together, the doorbell rang. Standing outside was the housekeeper who had been fired the day before. She claimed she'd left something behind in her rush to leave. Seeing how pitiful she looked, the mother hesitated only briefly before opening the door. That single decision dragged them straight into a nightmare. The former housekeeper walked behind the wine cabinet and never came back. 10 minutes passed. Curious and uneasy, the mother decided to follow her. After winding through a maze of hidden corridors, she finally reached a shocking discovery: a man hiding underground. He turned out to be the housekeeper's husband, a fugitive who had committed murder years ago and had been secretly hiding in the mansion's basement for 4 years. The mother immediately tried to call the police, but the former housekeeper begged her to stop, offering money and pleading for silence. While the family listened from above, one of them slipped and tumbled down the stairs, exposing their presence. Confused and suspicious, the former housekeeper pulled out her phone and began recording. When the eldest son cried out, "Dad," in pain, she suddenly realized the truth, that she had been deliberately framed and fired. In an instant, the tables turned.